Hey, I'm Chris with How to Politics. So in the last week or so, we've gotten some pretty decent polling data out of Economist, YouGov, and CNN. And there was a few things in there that I wanted to talk about. You may have heard the numbers are not good for Trump. 61% of Americans say the country is on the wrong track. Trump's job approval is at historic lows, 39%, 37%. One of them was about support for Trump pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. She's the person who was convicted of child sex trafficking for helping Jeffrey Epstein. Trump has mused about pardoning her probably because she'll keep secret any incriminating things she knows about him. 2%, a whopping 2% of Americans support pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. 90% of Americans oppose it. The thing about that is Trump doesn't give a shit that it looks bad. Trump doesn't give a shit that it's obviously to keep her quiet. He knows his most devoted fans are going to defend it and ignore it. No one thinks Trump voters are dumber than Trump does. The next thing the poll touched on, which is another pet peeve of mine, is tearing down the East Wing to build a stupid ballroom for Trump's rich friends. One of the polls that came out had support for that at 10%. The other poll had support for that at 25%. I don't understand what people think they're getting out of the ballroom. I really don't. I don't understand what 10% or 25% of Americans who know about it could possibly support. Like, do you think you're going to get invited to balls? Or like you're going to dance with Melania? Like, what are we getting out of it? That's the question. Another thing the poll touched on, which also blows my mind, is support for reimbursing Trump because he was investigated. Trump said that he was harmed somehow by being investigated when he was out of office. And so he thinks that the American taxpayer should pay him back to the tune of $230 million. One of the polls had support for that at 19%. 63% oppose, rightly. But it blows my mind that 19% of Americans think he should be reimbursed. He committed crimes. And that's not just Chris saying that. He was indicted by grand juries of his peers. He was not vindicated. He was not found innocent. He was protected by friendly judges. He said, oh, he'll give it to charity. That's not how charity works. The taxpayers don't just give 9 figures of cash to some random person and let him decide what charities get it. Trump is not a victim. He's the fucking president, and he's really, really bad at it. If you watched this deep into the video, thank you very much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. As always, I hope you'd consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. I'm Chris with How to Politics.